Hey YouTube, this is Idea Guy with the Penguin Soldiers, and I have for you the start of a new segment. I like to call it Almost Meta. What I'm going to be doing on this segment is taking decks that are really fun to play and trying to make them as meta as possible without dropping, like, the fun factor. I have for you here Dimensional, Skill Drain, Rabbeatdown, Normal Monster, Traps, whatever. I like to call it Rabbeatdown, or Rabbeatdown. Basically, the concept of this deck is to pop Skill Drain, pop Macro, make sure your opponent can't do anything, and then beat them down with Rabbit's Effect. So I have 3 Alexandrite Dragon and 3 Gene Warped Warwolf. They're the normals you pull with Rabbit. 3 Beast King Barbaros because it goes up to 3,000 under Skill Drain. 3 Card D because I need to draw cards, and if I've got a good enough trap lineup, I can sacrifice a turn, and 2 Rabbit to pull my normals. I've got spell lineup is pretty self-explanatory. Book of Moon, Dark Hole, 2 Mystical Space, 2 Duality. I'm not running heavy because I have 20 traps. I have 2 Bottomless, you know, because it's bottomless. Compulse, a Dark Bribe to protect my single spells and traps instead of the whole collective with Starlight Road, which I run 2 of. 2-Dimensional Prison, 3 Macrocosmos, Murders Dark Worlds, Atlanteans, Lightsworns, anything that really needs the graveyard. 2 Mirror Force because I can. 1 Return from the Different Dimension. This card is underrated. I mean, it's worth paying half your life points just to pull back a Rabbit to get 2 more normals, totally. 3 Skill Drain because it shuts down everything that Macro doesn't. 1 Solemn Judgment, obviously. 1 Warning. I'd never run 2 Warning. I just don't. 2 Starlight Road because I have 20 traps, and 1 Torrential Tribute. Extra deck, I've got 2 Stardusts to pull with Starlight Road, a Constellar Omega for when I pull both my Alexandrites and they're back row heavy and I don't have Skill Drain down. Daigusto Emerald. In this deck, he can actually pull back my normal guys that are dead if I didn't have Macro up. Evgishki Marrowgeist, just kind of for filler. Fairy King, Elverdick, Ditch, whatever. He, you know, 2 Warwolves, lower some attack and defense. Gagaga Cowboy. This guy wins games a lot of the time. He just gets over threats, and, you know, I can always put him in defense position. 2,400 or burn for 800. 2 Gem Knight Pearl, they're my go-to when I have Skill Drain up. 1 Heretic Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. Stack 2 Barbaros that aren't affected by Skill Drain. Get this guy. I contribute cars, I guess, to nuke stuff. Well, it's basically just an out when I don't have Skill Drain for Barbaros. 1 Maestroke, just generally good. 1 Utopia. 1 Utopia Ray. Now, this really wins games. Like, I have so many cards that pay life points in here, and I'm usually taking hits when I don't have my traps up. So once I drop this guy out, I basically can swing over whatever threat they have for 4,000 damage or game. Photon Papilloperative, pretty, you know, flippy. And Steel Swarm Roach, never really make him. Anyway, let's see the deck in action. I don't have a side yet because I don't really know how this deck works well. So, yeah. On to the game. So, the first match I got was against this random guy named Danny, I don't know, the 2 L's are really confusing. He was running Junk Doppel, if I recall correctly, and he got screwed pretty bad. I'm getting kind of trolled by FS Louver, which is FSP Louver's alternate account that he uses for trolling. And he didn't know that he had already made an alternate account for trolling, so that was very amusing. I activate Macro here before the guy goes off on his Synchro so that his materials get banished. And of course I've got the Compulse down for Junk Warrior. And basically I just move in and start smacking with the normal monsters here, which is what this deck does, except they're usually pulled by Rabbit. He's just going on the defensive now. I keep drawing a steady stream of normal monsters, which really sucks when you open like that. Luckily, I had enough traps to back me up, but this is the point right here where he kind of realizes he's done. Look at that hand. Junk Warrior, Spore, Dark Armed, Doppel, and Debris. He couldn't do anything. The rest of the games are against FSP Louver, which is FSP Louver's real account that he uses for not trolling. And he was running gadgets for all 3, and I kind of opened godly this game. I've got the warnings, bottomlesses, no, was it? I don't know. Yeah, Warning, Starlight Road, Solemn, and Mere Force. I've got a Solemn down for Gear Gigant. He does not get... He gets 1 Gear Gigant off in all 3 games. It's pretty freaking hilarious. That was a quick win because I had Starlight Road down and he couldn't really react well enough. He reborns his yellow here. Stacks for Utopia. And I Solemn for game. Oh yeah, he was looking for Pearl, but he didn't have Pearl. Didn't matter. So game 2, I kind of get my ass handed to me because, well, I didn't draw enough traps to slow him down, and he opened with Fortress. So Card Car isn't really saving me. I've got Macro off to stop another Fortress, which isn't going to happen because he's got Template Goldfish in hand. And, well, that's the 1 Gear Gigant he gets off. And that's the one that screwed me over because I really can't win once he flips Offering. And then game 3, I think I won this one. And this one's the longest, and it's also the most interesting. Mm-hmm. I opened with Bribe, 2 Bottomless, and a Dimensional Prison. So anything he tries to Exceed Summon is going to die. Just no to your Gear Gigant. He sets 3, passes. My go.
This is the average day with this die.
Yeah, I swing in for 2,000. He goes green. I'm sure, man, whatever. Call of the Haunted Yellow. Search.
Are we gonna get a Gear Gigant off?
Is it gonna hit? No. Gear Gigant. Two banished Gear Gigants. It's pretty hilarious. Rabbit.
Yeah.
He godly spaces my Bribe.
Random spaces Bribe and then gets the warning off. Like,
oh my
amazing.
gosh.
But anyway.
Oh lord. And then Mere Force. So things are looking pretty grim for me. He's viewing his extra deck. He's got freaking double summon in hand. Oh lord. Dimensional Prison kills Utopia, set skill drain, summon Card Car, and that's basically the turning point because, well, he can't really do anything anymore. Except for limiter removal.
Gosh darn limiter.
Freaking limiter removals. And I draw another freaking Alexandrite Dragon. It's pathetic how many streams of normal monsters I get. Sometimes it's helpful, but like in every duel you guys have seen, it's Tinplay Goldfish has 2,000 defense. That irks me to no end. Fortress. I can't Solemn Fortress because it's an effect. Dark Hole. Another normal.
Solemn whatever comes out.
No, I Solemned the duality for game.